Hi everyone, my name is Mihir and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to present fully practical for the OCI Managed RAG service. And if you see my screen, I have a Streamlit application where the RAG, whole RAG system is working and the RAG is managed by OCI in the OCI cloud. So let me take you in the practically how it is working, and then I will take you theoretically in OCI Cloud also how I created it. So first, let me show you the actual use case. So let me just add the tenancy details. So tenancy details, let me add it here. So for users, then I need to add all these details here, right? So just give me a minute. I'm just adding. And then I need a key here. And finally, you need an endpoint, right? So also you should be having the endpoint, which you will be accessing from your Streamlit application, right? So let me just add the endpoint. I have done in the coding, I have done the validation. So when you add the API key here, these all are part of API key. So when you create API key, you will get all these details. And then I am connecting through Streamlit UI, right? So let me click on test. So once you have your authentication successfully done, it means your API key is correct and you are able to communicate through your Streamlit GUI. Now you ask question, what is the OCI cloud? Because I have added a document, a PDF in the manage agent. So you are going to get all these details. And also you're going to get a citation here. So where this is the file where it is getting all these details. And also debugging is enabled in this application. So whatever I will ask, like what is the CIS benchmark for OCI Cloud? So it will again go to the RAG agent and where it will fetch the data and it will give you the details from there, right? And also it is giving the details about it. Perfect. Now, quickly, I will take you to directly to the OCI cloud where I created the agent, right? The RAG service. So if you see my screen at this moment here, I am already logged in my OCI console and I created a agent here. So what you need to do, you have to click on the hamburger menu, click on analytics and AI, click on the generative AI agent service. Once you click that, then you have actually 4 steps to complete your RAG service, right? So first, let us create agents. So I will add it a Mihir test RAG. Then select the compartment, give the short description. You can give a short description like you are a, right? So hi user, I'm your cloud AI assistant. Give the welcome message, and also you are going to create a multiple tools. So basically, in the next step, you will have options to create it tools. So you need to give instruction where I am going to call a tool for from the document, or you can also create a tool for query your database or call your backend, right? So let me go to the next step. So when you go to the next step, this is where you are creating the RAG agent, right? For me, I created a RAG tool here, but you can also have an additional service where you can actually query the SQL. You can also create a custom tools and agent tools. For this use case, I'm going to select the RAG. So I need to give a details for the RAG. And you can again give some instruction if you wish. And then you have to click on create knowledge base. So knowledge base is nothing, but actually you are going to connect the data store or data source. So for me, I selected object storage. In that object storage, I uploaded the few documents already. but you have an option if you are using other Oracle services, for example, OpenSearch, or you wanted to use the vector DB, you can select these options here. For me, I selected object storage. I just name it test OCI docs, and then you need to add the data source. So when you select the data source, you need to add the data source. Select here the data source, Oracle docs, and then you in the bucket, right, you need to upload before you come to created tools. So I already uploaded in this bucket. So there are two documents. You need to select both, or you can select one which you wanted to add in your RAG, and then you select create. Once you create, then you will have options to complete the whole process. So once you complete the whole process, then you will have to click on the next step, which is like it set up your endpoint. And set up your endpoint. Also, you are going to have a some kind of guardrails, which is actually trying to give you some level of guideline while creating the RAG. What need to be, what kind of information need to be provided to the user, right? So this is kind of a guideline given as a features while creating the RAG application. And once you added this, generally I selected all disable by default. I did not change anything. And then you have to go to the review and create. Once you go review and create, just click on the create agents, and it will take a few minutes to create it. I already created the agents. So what you need to do again, you need to just go to RAG agent, and you need to just click your endpoint. So when you click your endpoint, for me, this endpoint is working. So you just go to endpoint and get this endpoint, which you will consume in your application, right? So you will get an endpoint detail, and this is where you have an endpoint, right? So that is what you need to select in your endpoint and add this endpoint detail with your API key in your application. So for me, I just created for a Streamlit application, right? But if you have any front end like a React or any different front end, Java front end, right? You can have that logic added to your front end and back end, right? That is how generally we consume the endpoint and the API key, and then it should work. The whole RAG, managed RAG services, it should work. And why we need a managed RAG service, right? So when we want to enable the RAG service to my application, I need to create a vector DB. I need to configure the vector DB. I need to upload the documents, right? And I have to deploy in particular server, somewhere in AWS or somewhere in any cloud provider. So this service is going to add really very good feasibility for you, where you don't need to deploy anywhere. You just come and use the generative AI agent service and create your RAG application. Either you can upload document using buckets, you can also attach to DB. So thank you so much for watching this video, and let me know if you have any doubts or comments so that I can help you. Thank you. Bye-bye.